Okay, so childhood trauma. So an ACE test is adverse childhood experiences, right? And there are 10 on this test. I believe I've added more to the circle when I did the circle. So there are 10 things on the test. It is physical abuse, mental, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, physical and emotional neglect, parents getting divorced or separated, domestic violence, substance abuse, mental illness, and a family member in prison. So those are the 10 ACEs. And the people that commit murder, most of them have 8, 9, and 10. And most of those people are the one out of 1,000 that have had the worst childhood ever. So when you're committing a crime like that, there's trauma, and that's it. And we're talking 8, 9, 10. So maybe his family member didn't go to prison. Maybe he wasn't sexually abused. It's like one of those things didn't happen, but the amount of abuse that they've absorbed into their little bodies would blow your mind. So here's the difference from what I'm seeing, and even Oprah says this is true. The people that go to prison and they haven't been seen. I'm not going to say this is, but there's an element of someone who doesn't, they've never had someone believe in them. And I think that's the secret ingredient. You need, if you're going to have that kind of abuse, and which is true with me, actually, a lot of people believed in me, including the mother of the house that got robbed. She didn't press charges, but I gave the key to these two probably traumatized kids. They went to the house and robbed my best friend. And so I had people looking out for me, and I even looked out for myself. Somehow I got a glimpse that I could be somebody one day. And that's, I believe, the secret sauce. So we've got 2.3 million people in prison right now who never really felt that they mattered. And that's the first lie that was told to them. And then all the other lies, they were told they weren't mattered, and then they were beaten up, and then they were abused, and then they were sexually abused, and their dignity was taken away. And then violence became normal. Violence became the way of life. Then you go out into the street and you don't have anyone looking after you. Your mother's addicted or whatever the story is. You go out into the street and you find your family on the street, but your family is a bunch of violent teenagers.